go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast. It's Ferrall on the bench, coast to coast, in the biggest way possible, hanging out the bed. See the rugged bad, apple of the bad, attitude, hey, rather bad, out of bad, take bad, law, bad, do, bad, breath, bad, attitude, bad vibes. We are live in Sin City, the Mecca, the hub, beautiful downtown Las Vegas, baby. It's Super Bowl 58, Niners and Chiefs. On a Thursday from Radio Row at the Mandalay Bay, where the fishes fly, along with my boy, Carver High, this afternoon in New York City. Mafia running it with Luke Hayam and a birthday roll call. Rui Hachimura, 26. Klay Thompson, 34. He's now coming off the bench. Julio Jones, 35. Eric Alexander, 42. Damon Denson, 49. I just saw Damon Amendolara, who is that guy's cousin. Eric Kessler, 51. Marcus Pollard, 52. Alonzo Morningso, 54. Kirk Muller, 58. Great player. Terry McDaniel, 59. Rod Bernstein, 59. Dennis Bernstein. Dennis Gibson. Mel Gibson, 60, and Dino Ferrelli, 64. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. We got a great show today for you, allegedly. All kinds of famous people, athletes, former players, actors, actresses, rock stars, strippers, escorts, all here today. Jamal Lewis, allegedly, the former NFL running back. You know how it goes at the Super Bowl. You never know if they're going to show up or not, but we're hoping for the best and praying that they will show up. We're very excited about it. The NBA trade deadline just ended at 3 East, and we'll give you everything. The Pistons trade Bogdanovich and Alex Burks to the Knicks for Quentin Grimes, Malachi Flynn, Evan Fournier, Ryan Archie Diacono, whatever his name is, the former Nova Cat that everybody, they had the all-Nova team in New York, and that's broken up. Hornets trade P.J. Washington to Dallas for Grant Williams, Seth Curry, and a first-rounder. Hornets trade Gordon Hayward to the Thunder for Trey Mann and Davis Bertans. Pacers trade Buddy Hield to the Sixers for Marcus Morris, Kormats, and 3 second-round picks. Pacers then send Morris to the Spurs for Doug McDermott. Spurs are likely to buy out Morris. We welcome our radio affiliates, SiriusXM Channel 159, and, of course, Sports Byline and their radio affiliates out of San Fran. D-Pack holding it down for us. The Sixers trade Pat Beverly to the Bucks for Cameron Payne and a second-rounder. For our radio audience, we're live at the Super Bowl. Raptors trade Dennis Schroeder and Thad Young to the Nets for Spencer Dinwiddie. Jazz trade Kelly Olynyk and others to Toronto that you've never heard of for Kira Lewis, Otto Porter, and a 24 first-round pick as well. People you've never heard of except for Otto Porter, who doesn't matter. Patrick Beverly traded to the Bucks. The Sixers get Cam Payne and a 27 second-rounder, and the Hawks did not trade DeJounte Murray. And I wanted to say, Carver High, real quick to you, that every single day for the last 2 months, I have seen every sports media outlet in the world spend at least 10 minutes every day, 7 days a week, talking and predicting DeJounte Murray's trade package. And all of them were wrong, and that is what's wrong with our business today. Someone will start a rumor that DeJounte Murray's getting traded by the deadline. I mean, he literally was going to the Lakers 17 times in the last 2 months. And then at the end of the day, the Lakers did absolutely nothing. I heard that D'Lo was getting traded 175,000 times in the last 6 days. I'm sick and tired of it. Don't even tell me I'm wrong. The trade rumors are so bad in the NBA. The NBA is so pathetic that the only way people want to talk about it is if they make up stories that aren't true. I mean, honestly, like, this stuff, like, it is so funny to me. And, you know, I was talking to a guy last night, literally at dinner, that you know, and he's like, I wouldn't watch an NBA, and you don't watch NBA games to save your ass. You'd rather watch a hockey game every time. You like college basketball better. Am I crazy, this NBA with their stupid trade deadline? Stories of guys getting traded that never got traded for months.
Well, they got to be able to fill time. We got to be able to talk about rumors, things that might happen, might not happen. That's what it's all about. It doesn't matter if you're right or you're wrong. You got to talk about it. And then yesterday, Murray didn't play, right? He got added to the injury report late, so that was...
Here we go.
He's automatically getting traded because he didn't play last night in Boston against the Celtics. He's out. He's definitely out of there. Well, I guess not. I guess he's not definitely out of there because he's still on the Hawks. So God bless him.
Someone spotted him at the airport at the private runway over by the Hawks team plane.
Duffel bag, Hawk duffel bag filled with money, getting ready to get on the plane.
And he was with a woman. He was with a woman that wasn't his wife. I don't know what's going on there. We'll start another rumor. Tonight's NHL games, we'll get into all of those. Tonight's college basketball games, we'll get into all of those. I just wanted to say before I go any further that last night, again, Carver High was a massive effort in futility as I lost a number of bets and lost a large amount of money. And I did want to say that during the loss of all that money, I was able to absorb at least 15 rums. I was able to have 15 rums while I lost a large. Every time I lost a bet, I had 2 more rums.
Well, you know who's on the bad list for me today is Steph Curry, because I was doing the show last night, and Steph Curry had no threes at the half, Scotty. Had no threes at the half. The guy has like 7 threes a game, 8 threes a game, 6 threes a game,
that is
and the game was close. So I go put the tickets in live, over 2.5 threes, over 2.5 threes. They outscored the Sixers by about 50 in the third quarter. Your boy sat the entire fourth quarter, never got 3 threes. It was a miserable experience.
That's unbelievable.
Last night.
But yet,
miserable.
They keep winning. They keep winning that team all of a sudden. Their road trip's been great. We'll have Dalton Schultz on the show today. He's on the Texans. Otis O.J. Anderson, another one of Carver High's favorite players, on as well. With a radio executive, they're telling me, is also doing the interview with us, and we have no idea who that is, but he's doing it as well. And I just want to say that before I get to know the guy later, I just want to talk bad about him before he gets here, because I don't know who the guy is. Like, I'm just like, oh, he's doing it too. I'm like, okay, great. I've never heard of him, but I'm sure he's a wonderful human being. As you know, we make fun of everyone on the show, including ourselves, and my hairdo, and my guy. Oh, he also played, and now he's a radio executive. Imagine that. Khalil Herbert will join us. He is the cousin of Orange Sherbert. I'm just kidding, Carver High. I thought that was a good one, though, where they're slipping in. You know what I mean? Slip it in. Tonight's games, we'll get into all the NBA, and then I'll speak as poorly about Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs and the 49ers as poorly as I can speak about them in a 3-hour window. I will do that today as well, including large amounts of video clips of Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, George Kittle, you name it. And then we'll talk about nepotism again on the show as Bill Belichick's son gets a job because he's Bill Belichick's son at the same place that he was already working. Bruce Smith will come on the show today. He will give the finger to me and Cam Hayward for making fun of the Bills yesterday. I will suffer the consequences today with the legendary Bruce Smith. Plus Michael Pittman of the Colts, Warwick Dunn, Trey Wingo from ESPN Glory, all on Coast to Coast. Go with us.
.47 is one of the hardest numbers to beat, period, for an NFL football game. A lot of combinations that can fall 47. You decide. Of course, you're getting great two-way action. That's what you want as the book. You don't have to move the number. Right. Biggest game of the year is the easiest game to book in the world.
It's It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. They reel off the Chiefs, do 21 straight points. They win the game 31-20.
I've been selling this, like, because of the 23 billion is going to be bet on this game in the States this Sunday. That's insane. And this place, Vegas, they're going to make billions of dollars if the Chiefs don't win.
Ferrall Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
I'm digging deep, fellas. I'm digging deep. Christian McCaffrey minus 220. Donnie, how could you do that? The price point is way out of control in this. Keep it simple. The goal is to win money, not to outsmart everybody. Mahomes is minus 140 to throw 2 touchdown passes. And if he's going to, every single thing suggests a wide receiver will haul in at least one, if not both.
Pro Football Today. Only on SportsGrid.
0 points scored in the fourth quarter of that Falcons Super Bowl, and the Niners were shut out.
Yep.
So in the 2 biggest games of the 2 Super Bowls, one as a coordinator, one as a head coach, he hasn't scored a single point in the fourth quarter. And I tell you what, if they don't, on Sunday, they're not winning the game, bro.
Exactly.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
It's about to be a party in here. BetMGM's got all the sports betting in one place. And it's live, baby. Oh! We're placing money lines in real time. We got second half spreads and third set winners as they happen. Overs hitting in extra innings. Live is where the action is at. Can we got these people a promo? There it is.
Back in Vegas at Super Bowl 58 at the Radio Row, I got to tell you, BetMGM's been giving away so much money today. I wonder if they have like a money printer, like that they're actually printing money, like the Federal Reserve. They must have it must be like a laundering operation. They have like a dryer with some ping pong balls and casino chips that they just dry the money after they print it, because they're giving away $158 in bonus bets if you bet $5. Sign up, get an account, bet 5 standard odds, boom, and you're going to get $158 in bonus bets immediately. It's incredible. If you use the bonus code SG158. All you have to do is open the account on iOS or Android, go to betmgm.com, open the account, start your account, $5, boom, place a bet, $5, boom, you're going to get the 158 in bonus bets, boom, right then and there. You're happy. Then you keep going forward with BetMGM, and you're styling with your mobile app and making bets wherever you live. I think you're going to love it. Check it out at BetMGM.com. $158 in bonus bets instantaneously. It is ridiculous. All right, Carver High, the NBA trade deadline just ended at 3 p.m., and since Jamal Lewis, they told me that he was going to do the show, and he's had horrible side effects from CTE, I think, and I wanted to talk to him about it, but apparently no joke intended here. He forgot that he had to be here. I'm just kidding. I mean, it really was good. I tried to be nice about it when I said it because I don't want to make fun of anybody with any kind of brain damage because I have it, and I have it, and I also have family members that have it, as you know, Carver High, and it is no joke. Getting around early for Alzheimer's, CTE, dementia of any kind is bad news. I have told Carver High many times, as he knows, that if I get it, I have asked Mafia to get me a gigantic bottle of Dilaudid pills, which I will drink and kill myself. Are we on the air? We are?
Yes.
I don't want to get that ever. When I start forgetting things, Carver High, like names and such, it's a problem. And then if it rolls over and escalates into a bigger problem, and then I end up pacing all day for 24 hours a day and speaking in tongues, do me a favor. You could put an Islander jersey on me and I wouldn't even know it. You could take advantage of me. You could put a Bills jersey on me and I wouldn't even know it. Just make sure Mafia gets the pills. I'm just kidding. Anyway, the deadline.
Shut it down.
Yeah, shut it down. And the deadline is now shut down, and all the trades have been made, and no one cares.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that's pretty much what we can say. It's a lot of spare parts, right? I mean, there was never going to be any big name that got traded today, but all I've seen, the reaction today, Scotty, is that the Knicks were the big winner. The Knicks were the biggest winner today. They've got all these guys who can shoot now. The Knicks are deep. They have this after getting Bogdanovich and Alec Burks. Didn't they have him once before? And they got rid of him?
Yes.
Now he's back with the Knicks, and they had to pay significantly more now to have him. But the Knicks are the big winner, allegedly, today.
Well, first of all, Burks can shoot. He can score, and so can Bogdanovich, without a doubt. I'm not going to sit here and say, I heard today people literally saying that they were now championship caliber team, like that they were, they could win it all. They could go to the Eastern Finals. They could go to the NBA Finals, that they are a title team, like that they're aspiring to be a championship team, and that now they have the final pieces to win a championship. And they will no more win a championship with Bogdanovich and Burks as the first time they had him. They had Burks before, and he poured it in, and they still sucked. And the deal is, I don't deny that the Knicks are better. I won't deny that they've had a very decent season. But I'm not going to sit here and act like they're good or something, because look where they are in the East. And you're telling me that Bogdanovich, if he was so good, then why are the Pistons so awful? I mean, honestly, like he could pour in 35 a night from deep, right? But they never win. So all I've heard about is the experience and the shooting that they're going to have now. Let me tell you what the Knicks are. The Knicks are Jalen Brunson's team. And he's not going to pass to them. It's his team. He scores all the points. He gets to the line. And then, let's face facts, he didn't want to give it to R.J. Barrett. And he didn't want to give it to Quickly. He wants, I think he's certainly the only player on a team that matters. With the pick and roll with Randall, Randall's out. When he's out, then it's just Brunson only. And I know people say, oh, Quentin Grimes, all these other guys. They didn't need Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes is Alec Burks. I mean, am I wrong? Carver High, literally, They can both shoot, and that's all they do. Alex Burks, let's face facts. Like, I would say he's relatively, I don't deny he can shoot, but relatively speaking, he's a veteran player. He's not like some speedster, some guy that goes to the other end and makes incredible defensive stops and does amazing things off of the glass and runs in transition. To me, both of them, all they do is shoot. They're both pure shooters. That's all they do. And that's it. And they already have a guy that scores all the points. So you got all these pure shooters. And really what it boils down to me is that they have a bench now. They have a bench now. But the fact is Brunson never comes out of the game. He plays 40-plus minutes a night anyway. So when he never sits, what are they going to be doing? Picking their nose on the sideline with Tom Thibodeau, who always runs 7 guys maximum. Is that about right? And let's face facts. They've never won with Randall. They won one playoff series, and everyone acts like they're going to the NBA Finals. They won the first round last year, lost to the Heat. That was it. Game over. What did they do when they won 54 games? They won one round and lost in the second round again. They have to win a second round and get to the Eastern Conference Finals. If they win a second round, Mike, I'll start talking to you about the Knicks are good. And I love the Knicks. And I watch every game, and I've been a Knicks fan forever. Like, I'm looking at 25 straight years of futility is what I'm looking at. You cannot tell me that those two guys are going to win them a championship. There is no way. I'm sorry. Bogdanovich has been in the league forever. What has he done besides nothing? All he does is shoot and score. No. That's it. But he doesn't. I mean, he don't win.
No, he does not. They did drop underneath 20. I saw them go down to 18-1 to win the whole thing now. And they're 7-1 to win the East. So I still don't think that they're better than Boston. I still don't think that if Milwaukee got its head on straight, they're better than them. Right? I mean, I don't think they'd beat either of those teams in a 7-game series if it came down to it and the rubber hits the road. So we'll see what happens there.
Miami? Would they beat Miami? They couldn't beat them last year.
They couldn't beat Miami last year. I think that they're better than last year's team. And I'm not sure Miami is as good as they were last year. So maybe they could beat Miami this year. Maybe. And that's if Jimmy Butler.
They beat Cleveland. So they beat Cleveland. Can they beat Cleveland again? Cleveland's been playing as good as they have.
I think they could beat Cleveland again. I think the two teams that they would have a problem beating are Boston and Milwaukee. I don't think they're better than either of those teams.
I have never in my life seen anything more overreaction than this trade. Like, I literally heard all the geniuses around here. There are people here that do shows that make hundreds of millions of dollars a year that are famous and so beautiful and so pretty. And they follow them with cameras, and they wear makeup, and they wear fancy suits. And you know what they all say? I heard them today, all of them, that the Knicks are winning the NBA championship because they got Alec Burks. And you know what I say?
Slow down.
My effing ass, okay?
Slow down.
You heard me. You heard me.
Forget what your offense is, like the Baltimore Ravens did against the Kansas City Chiefs. Work off of Christian McCaffrey, but I do believe Brock Purdy is ready for the moment, at least play-calling-wise.
Kyle Shanahan, who called the plays as the offensive coordinator, had a 25-point lead, and his running back, Devontae Freeman, with that 25-point lead, touched the ball 4 times in the second half.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Super Bowl is set in Vegas. We get a rematch from just a few years ago.
The only consistency in the playoffs has been Travis Kelce.
Brock Purdy, back-to-back weeks throwing 1 touchdown pass, right? You can't win MVP with 1 touchdown pass. I hate the Chiefs, but I bet on them. This is going to be a game that is played inside a field goal now from a spread perspective.
All that matters is there's 1 game left, the big game.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
They have played terrible football, and yet they always win. Have you noticed? Everyone keeps talking about how bad the Niners suck as they win every week. They win every game, even games they should have. They're down 24-7, and they still won.
Now we have the first excuse when the Niners lose on Sunday night, they practiced on a bad field at UNLV. They didn't get the proper conditions.
Ferrall Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Couple things. We're back at the Super Bowl. Carver High knows one of my favorite things to do while I'm here is enjoy watching others hate me. It's so fun for me to know that all of the people around me don't like me because I'm so much funnier and more entertaining than them, and they're just angry about it. And they're, I'm fat, but they're fat and ugly. So there's a difference. I'm as pretty as a girl, and they're fat and ugly, and they hate me, and I'm better than them at what I do. I also make fun of people that have bad outfits on. I just saw a guy walk by with the worst outfit I've ever seen this week, and no one helped him. Not his girlfriend, not his wife, not his neighbor, not the guy at the coffee shop or the gas station. No one told him, you look like a male organ today. Do not wear that outfit wherever you're going. Where are you going? I'm going to the Radio Row at the Super Bowl where millions of people are going to see him, and he looks ridiculous. Even Misty said he looked like a Male Organ of the Month Club winner. I mean, it was unbelievable. Carver High, one thing I wanted to say was that I saw a story break just now, and I don't know this guy from Adam. Is he the guy on the NBA on TNT that does courtside, the guy, Chris Haynes? Is that his name? Is that the guy's name that does the, Okay, well, I don't have anything bad to say about him. I really don't. He's a great talent and a wonderful human being. I just did want to mention, though, that he just broke a story that said the Sixers could pursue PG-13 if he doesn't sign an extension. This is another story of throwing the spaghetti noodle against the refrigerator to see if the pasta is ready for dinner. Now, today's the deadline, right? It ended at 3. No more trades, no more anything. 5 minutes after the trade deadline ends, this guy's trying to break stories in the off season for like an off season, no extension from the Clippers, so the Sixers are going to make a move for PG-13. And I got to tell you, anyone that does a story like that is the noodle thrower. I mean, he'll just throw anything. You remember our boy Shep used to throw noodles against the wall to see if they would stick? Right. I mean, honestly, Carver High, they might go after him in the offseason if he doesn't sign an extension. It's such a pathetic story that, even if it happens, it's so pathetic to say that today that in the offseason, I think this guy's going to cut a deal with someone else like Philly.
Well, and look, you know how this stuff starts, right? How does this stuff start? They already gave Kawhi the extension, right? They already gave him big money. He's going to be staying in L.A. Those guys are supposed to be winning together. He hasn't gotten his deal yet, so I'm sure that his people go and whisper in this guy's ear, go get something out there because we want Ballmer to put the contract in front of us, because this guy's breaking down faster than Kawhi now. We thought Kawhi was going to be the guy that breaks down first. Now it's PG-13 who's breaking down at a faster rate. He wants his money in front of him. So he's going to go do this because Ballmer can't lose these guys, Scotty. You got to remember, he's opening that new Shangri-La out there by SoFi in Inglewood next year, and he needs Kawhi, he needs George, and he's going to keep Harden too because he wants all those stars in that new building when he opens it up next year.
You're right about that, and you and I love going to Shangri-La, and I did have to mention that 34C checked in with me. He said I look fantastic, and to watch my mouth. Is that like your mom putting soap in your mouth? Remember
I didn't know that you.
34C
I
just
didn't
told
know
me
that
to
you
watch
dropped
my
a bomb
mouth
today. I didn't know that you dropped a bomb yet today. I wasn't sure that happened.
I didn't. I didn't. I think she just feels the momentum of me starting to make fun of people, and that there's potential for a bomb or a slip. There's, she knows how I get when
Maybe she just means
live
being mean to
in front of
people in general. Well, just being mean to people in general, she probably means. Not necessarily even dropping a bomb. Just being mean.
Well, what's great about this place is that, really the juice that I have with this Suits, because the talent questions with severity why I am here every year. The talent around me that hates me, you can see them and you can hear them and actually feel them questioning why you're still here. And I just want to let them all know loudly so they can hear me that all of their bosses like me more than them. And they know I'm more talented. That's the funny thing about this is that they all hate me, and I'm just better looking, better on the air, and I'm better at sleeping with your boss. So, all the Suits, they all love me. And that's the deal. And that's the funny thing. And I got 40 years to prove it. And so when I sit here and they just sit here and they are suffering through my show. And it is the greatest, it's better than sex for me. I'm just sitting here. It's like lacquer, Carver High. I'm lacquering myself in it. I'm like, before you paint, you lacquer. And I'm like, look at me. I'm just look, Carver High. I'm pouring on lacquer.
You gotta get the lacquer out. Get the lacquer out there. That's okay. They got just what they should do is just put the cans on, put the cans back on, and worry about their own show. That's what they really should do.
Worry about their own show that no one listens to.
Just go ahead and move along and deal with that. I have a lot of games tonight.
So what's funny is, lastly, is that one of them is really good friends with the Suit. They were lifelong friends. He still shakes my hand, knowing that his friend, who's the Suit, likes me. So he's the only one that's willing to reach his hand out and say, "It's always good to see you, Ferrall." Only one of 40. Which is, I think, fantastic. And I'm sorry, one other thing, lastly, go ahead, that you were going to talk about, because I want to start with that. I'm throwing you off your game.
No, you're not throwing me off the game. I like the stories of talking bad about people out there. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we talk bad about people all the time. I was going to say you don't have a 0% at least. At least there's one person who does at least acknowledge, even though they don't want to tolerate it. They know they have to. Because they're friends with all the Suits. So that happens from time to time. We have a lot of games. Yes, go ahead.
All the producers, Mike, all the producers that are working the floor, that have headsets on, that are listening to this show, all of them, to a man and to a woman, are laughing. So the whole day, like Misty, for instance, has been smiling for 4 days. These other guys that don't even know me, literally don't even know me, are like, man, this dude's a whack job. I love this. And then I notice the ones on the other stages, the ones that are in the same position in the middle and the other end, all of them are miserable and they want to start drinking. And none of them are laughing and none of them are smiling. And everyone on my end is smiling and laughing. And everyone else in the room is miserable and wants to shoot heroin in their arm.
I can understand that. I've seen that scene many times in my life. I know that that's probably what's going on. Let's sneak the hockey in here. So just in case we do get some things cooking in the next segment. Now, at this hour, yes. At this hour, do you want to sneak the hockey in? How'd you do last night in the hockey with the 3 games last night?
I hit the Leafs bet. And I hit the Rangers under. So I did better in hockey again. So the last 2 nights, I've cleaned up in hockey. And remember, I hit all 3 of the totals the night before. And then last night hit a total and hit the Leafs outright. And the problem I'm having is that I lost, literally a ton of money, let's just leave it at that, on the NBA and college basketball. I was bent over as KY Jelly Day at the OK Corral in college basketball last night.
I really thought we were going to get Chicago also. It was 1-1 going to the third with Minnesota. I really thought we were going to get the Blackhawks. And they gave up the goal. Both the Foligno brothers scored, which was miserable for us. Here we go tonight. There's actually some really good games tonight. In the NHL,
the Folignos.
Include the Folignos. Vancouver is in Boston tonight. That is a heavy hitter game. The Bruins now minus 135. The Capitals are in Florida against the Panthers. How about that? Minus 275 now for Florida. The Flames are at the Rock against the Devils. Jack Hughes returns tonight, Scotty. Back in the lineup for New Jersey. They're minus 135. And the Lightning, after losing at the Garden last night, go to the horse track where they'll see the Islanders. Islanders minus 145. Look out.
So I bet the Islanders Lightning under today. Under 6.5 goals. I already made the bet. I think Calgary will upset the Devils at the Rock because they made a trade. They're playing better. They're winning, and they're having a good road trip. I'm going to go for the upset there. I like the Panthers at home, and I'm also going to go top shelf status with Vancouver to win in Boston and stun the Bruins at the Garden. And I also have, and I know you have other games, so I wanted to say that Florida game, I can get a $1.08 on the plus side, under 5.5 goals, and then I think that's the gist of it. Also, Devils Flames under 6.5. I bet not only do I bet the Flames to win, I'm going to take the under 6.5 goals there.
Finally, the Jets are in for Philadelphia tonight against the Flyers. Jets road favorites minus 125. Colorado in Carolina against the Hurricanes, another good one, minus 135 for Carolina. And then the Knights in Arizona at the College Rink against the Coyotes. Knights are minus 135 now on the road.
Okay, so the Philly-Winnipeg, I'm going under 5.5 goals. I got that at minus $1.05 this morning. The Caps, Florida, under 5.5. Did I already mention that one? I think I did.
Yes.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Caps, Florida, under 5.5. I just want to get these right, like I'm doing them. Blah, 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 blah. I'm on, I like Philly at plus 118. I bet them at this morning because of the Jets have lost 4 in a row. They haven't been playing well. And the Avalanche road trip's been a disaster. I'll take the Canes to win that on the money line. And I bet Vegas at minus $1.40 this morning to win at Arizona at the College Rink.
I'm on the Avalanche tonight only because you never get the Avalanche at plus money. So plus 115 for the Avalanche tonight. I'm going to take my chances there with them on the road in Carolina. There you go. The hockey tonight, Scotty. You got it all.
Everybody loves hockey.
Forget what your offense is, like the Baltimore Ravens did against the Kansas City Chiefs. Work off of Christian McCaffrey, but I do believe Brock Purdy is ready for the moment, at least play-calling-wise.
Kyle Shanahan, who called the plays as the offensive coordinator, had a 25-point lead, and his running back, Devontae Freeman, with that 25-point lead, touched the ball 4 times in the second half.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Super Bowl is set in Vegas. We get a rematch from just a few years ago.
The only consistency in the playoffs has been Travis Kelce.
Brock Purdy, back-to-back weeks throwing 1 touchdown pass, right? You can't win MVP with 1 touchdown pass.
I hate the Chiefs, but I bet on them.
This is going to be a game that is played inside a field goal now from a spread perspective.
All that matters is there's 1 game left, the big game.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
They have played terrible football, and yet they always win. Have you noticed? Everyone keeps talking about how bad the Niners suck as they win every week. They win every game, even games they should have. They're down 24-7 and they still won.
Now we have the first excuse when the Niners lose on Sunday night. They practiced on a bad field at UNLV. They didn't get the proper conditions.
Ferrall Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Carver and I on Super Bowl week. I'm in Vegas. He's in New York. And he's telling me that the weather in the desert is horrific. Now, I saw a lady on the elevator say yesterday to me that she tried. I think she was from Ireland or something, maybe London. She had a heavy, thick accent, like a brogue. And she said to me...
did she?
That she said that they had canceled her trip to the Grand Canyon based on the weather. And that it was I guess you couldn't go sightseeing because the weather was so bad. There was no viewing of the Grand Canyon. There was no viewing in front of your face. You couldn't see in front of your hand. All I know is that she said that they had to cancel their trip. And then you're telling me that they're now canceling golf rounds or play has been suspended.
Play suspended over at TPC Scottsdale, the Waste Management Open. Always a rowdy scene, Scotty, at that event. But like last week at Pebble Beach, we got weather problems. Absolute deluge going down. They had hail there yesterday. They just showed one of the greens. I think it was the 10th or 11th green. It was completely submerged in water. And they've taken everybody off of the course. They're in a suspension right now. I have Sahith Theegala, he's in the lead at 5 under. We have him for first round leader, Scotty, at 45-1. So hopefully, they're probably not going to finish today at this point, no matter what. But at least in the morning, we can hold on with Sahith and cash ourselves a first round leader with him.
I like Theegala. You know, they're going to play here, the Live
playing right
tour,
now.
And all I know is playing right now.
They're out there.
But it's sunny. It's sunny out, but it's cold. It is like 42 degrees here. It is not warm outside at all. So they're going to be playing in sweaters and jackets and whatever. It's cold outside in Vegas. It's nice. It's sunny. Finally, the rain stopped yesterday, but it's it's Nipsey Russell outside, and I like Theegala. I like him. He's one of my favorite golfers, as you know. I like his scene. Wasn't he on that show that you had me watch? The golf
Full Swing.
It was a Netflix special, Full Swing.
They're doing
a second year.
Yes, March 6th, I believe, is when season 2 of Full Swing comes out. So they did do another season last year of it with all those guys. I think a lot of the same guys did it also, so it should be good. But that show Full Swing was when they showed the Theegala episode. His first, tough break was when he lost here. This was at Phoenix at the Waste Management 2 years ago, where he finished in the top 5 and he blew up on 17 with a chance to win the tournament. So he's back here in the lead. We've got some tickets on him. Hopefully we can get him home here this weekend.
So that golf course, what's crazy? It really is. It never really, they have monsoons down there. I won't deny they get rain. I remember in the summer they have monsoons every day that come up and drown the area. But usually it's never bad there. At the Super Bowl every year, it's sunny and beautiful in Phoenix.
Yeah, well, you know the deal here. The golf, they've had a bad run here the last couple weeks. All this awful weather that hammered the West Coast in the last 10 days. I mean, it ruined Pebble Beach, and now it's ruining the first day of the Waste Management. And why do they play here this time of year? Because the weather's supposed to be good. That's why they're in California and they're in Arizona in January and February, because they usually don't have a weather problem until they get to Florida, but they've had all kinds of problems this year. It's been very tough to navigate. Why don't we start at least? Oh, go ahead.
Hold on. Misty, there's bad outfit number 2, the guy in the red glitter. The guy in a red glitter sport coat is Male Organ of the Month Club number 2 today. He's ranked number 2 in our top 5 worst outfits. I have no idea what just happened, but a man walked by me in a full-on sport coat made of red glitter.
I wouldn't go with the red glitter.
I swear to God.
No red glitter.
I swear to God, the back of his jacket had something to do with Taylor Swift. And he was wearing a glitter jacket. And when you wear a glitter jacket, you are a Male Organ of the Month Club ranked number 2 loser. And honestly, you are absolutely a loser. Dalton Schultz is here. He's not a loser. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
How you doing? So what we do here?
What a way to start.
Well, this show is funny and whacked, and we're crazy, and we're on all over the place, everywhere. We're unavoidable on TV and radio. And what we do is, it's like a drive-by here. I just watch people go by, and if they're wearing an outlandish or horrible outfit, we rank them into a top 5. And if it grows from there, we can actually do a top 10.
Oh, dude, that's great.
So
I want in on that.
You know what I mean? Did you see the guy with the glitter jacket? Did you see him?
I didn't, but I heard your thoughts.
Give me a thumbs up. Was that not one of the worst outfits you've ever seen? And then we saw another guy that walked through here with a black and white sweatsuit on. It was embarrassing. I mean, you've got the...
Dude, that's one of the funnest things to do in Vegas is just a people watch.
Well, it is. But you remember like when in Sopranos, when Gandolfini used to go down to the driveway to get his newspaper and he'd wear a robe and nothing else. And he was
like that.
And he was fat and he had a huge gut and he was hairy and he was pale. And he'd get the paper and then the lawn guy go, "When are you going to give me my money?" He goes, "You're lucky I give you money." You know how many times you asked me that, and that woman's husband died, I'll kill you. You remember that? And he'd get all mad, get in the paper, and it was early in the morning. You know when you get mad early in the morning, it's going to be a... Yo, anyway, is it just me that I can't hear anything now? There it is, we're back. Amazing. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
There was a void of my... dulcet tones. Have you ever heard a voice like this?
No. It's iconic.
Even from a coach yelling at you?
No.
So,
you think about getting in coaching or what?
No, I'm not. But I know a lot of coaches, and I've been doing this for 40 years, and this is my normal voice. Most people think it would be that I'd been screaming since Monday doing shows, but this is a normal voice. You know what else? I don't lose my voice either. I'm not like a wussy. You know, like guys that talk too much one day, and then the next day they come down to brunch, and they're like, "I lost my voice yesterday. We partied so hard. I'll never be the same." And I never have that. I have, big onions. I have a big, deep voice, never lose my voice. Chicks dig me. Got a hot wife. She digs me. And she's been with me 24 years she's been with me, and she don't even love me. But she digs me. You know what I mean? What is it like for you? Did you like playing better? I'm just going to ask stupid questions.
Great.
Cool questions. Did you like playing in Dallas better or Houston better? Houston.
Okay, hold on.
H-Town.
So the experience as a whole?
Yeah.
The home games? Dude, AT&T is hard to beat, man.
I've been there.
AT&T is hard to beat.
I've been there for football games and boxing.
Yeah.
I saw Mikey Garcia lose to Errol Spence there in Dallas.
No way.
I also think, did you ever notice, have you ever been in there at nighttime? I do have a story. My producer back in New York right now, Mafia, was with me. I was doing a show in there late night with no one else in the building. There was no one there, and they left like the bar light on. You know, like Red Roof Inn, we'll leave the light on. So Jerry left a light on for us, and we did the broadcast from like up in a bar or something.
Yeah.
And there was no one there. And I swear to God, when I went to the bathroom, I was scared.
Dude, it's huge, bro.
It's creepy.
It's big. It's a big spot.
It's big and dark and creepy at night with the lights off.
Yeah.
And then how about this? When we went out to the car afterwards, the gates were all closed and we couldn't get out. So we were trapped at Jerry's World late at night. And we were driving around in circles and people thought I was like selling crack or something in the parking lot. But I was trapped, and I think there's ghosts there. I do believe I'm locked in on this. I do believe there's ghosts at that stadium.
The ghosts of Super Bowls.
I heard things. I saw things. I was scared. When you're scared taking a leak, there's got to be a ghost in the room. You know what I mean? Because whenever I go to the bathroom here, I'm not scared. But when I'm at Jerry's World, I was
shiver
scared.
That you get is that's
the cold feeling.
Yeah.
That's when there's like what do they call it? A spirit comes through. So what's the deal? Are you? I like your watch, bro.
Dude, thank you.
Honestly,
Thank you.
Mine's green. Do you like that? Do you like that look?
You got the green dial going.
It's not bad. I think it's
like it.
Chicks dig it.
Yeah,
that is really nice, though.
Thank you, man.
That's super icy and diamond.
I've been looking for this for 3 years. And I finally
what
found
kind is it? The Rolly?
It's a day date 40. It's
God, it's got
the
a number on it too.
Pave dial with the diamondback.
So my buddy, I had a fake Rolex. My buddy has a real one. He always shows it to me because he knows mine was fake. He's like, "You see my Rolly?" And it's brand new, and it's like it's $50,000, and I'm like, "That's really nice. Let me see that." And when he because I go to the casino a lot with him in Atlantic City, and he'll take it off to go to bed, and when he goes to bed, I hide it. You know, when he wakes up, he's looking for it.
Oh, God. It's not insured. It's not insured.
What are you talking about? I went to get coffee. Yeah. So are you going to do you got your agent working on deals with other teams? Now you can go anywhere.
We can't do other teams, but we can work on something with Houston right now.
So you can stay with the Texans, and you liked it. You know why? I think you got a great coach.
We do. We have a bunch of great coaches.
You know, I think that
Miko's great. Our OC's amazing.
If he was coaching still the Niners, their defense wouldn't suck as bad as it does.
Hot take.
I mean, honestly, because Green Bay blew it. The Lions blew chunks all over their bib against them. But Ryans, when he was there, they had a great defense.
Dude, good. Hey, good.
Am I wrong?
Good teams find a way to win, though.
They always find a way to win.
The defense found a way to tighten up, and
they won.
They got the job done, and boom.
Isn't that guy? Am I tripping? Was that Swindoll guy on your team too?
Who?
The coach, what's his name? Who's that? You know who I'm thinking of? That coach, Swindoll, Bob Swindoll. Who's that guy?
Bobby Slowick.
Slowick, whatever.
Bobby Slowick. He's our OC.
Scandinavian name. I almost had it. Swindoll, Slowick. What's the difference? He's probably got two hot blonde sisters.
Bobby's our OC.
He's your OC. Is that the guy you were talking about?
Yeah, he's awesome.
And he gets you the ball.
He's amazing. It's the San Francisco scheme. It's very much.
You make big plays. You're a great tight end, and he you got to have a good relationship with that dude because he'll give you targets.
Oh, for sure. It's great, and obviously CJ. Good relationship with CJ.
Where did you grow up?
Salt Lake.
Why is your? I was looking at your thing, Bingham Baller 9. Yeah, what does that mean?
Bingham is my high school.
Oh, Bingham High School.
So when I made the account, I was a freshman.
And where was that?
It was in South Jordan, Utah, which is 20 minutes south of Salt Lake.
Oh, so Salt Lake Shakers,
Salt Lake
right?
City.
Did you ever ski when you were a kid?
Snowboarded
at Alta and
Brighton,
Park City,
Canyons. Yeah.
It's really nice there, the skiing, right?
Dude, it's gorgeous. Best in the world.
But were you the only high school football star from around there that made it big time?
We had a few others. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot. Star Lotulele.
Oh, I remember him.
And then there was there's definitely more, and there's way more that went to college in Utah, and now our stars Fred Warner was I think he was BYU guy.
You would think that guy in Greenlaw could keep up with Kelsey. Honestly, if you let that white boy, he roasted Baltimore for 900 yards, and they couldn't stop him.
Bro,
How are those two brothers not able to keep up with him?
Travis is unreal. Bro.
You're an animal too, though. But I've never got Greenlaw and Warner, the brothers, should be able to keep up with the white boy. No, I mean honestly, I'm slow.
They got a good defense, and it'll be fun to watch the matchup because San Francisco's defense is so good, top to bottom, and then Kansas City's got a few weapons, man. You can never count Mahomes.
Bro, I think their secondary is bunk because
the Niners?
Not the Niners. Goff chewed and spit them up. They came back and won the game, but he had 300 yards in the first half. Kansas City's secondary was Snead, and that defense is real. That Spags defense is legit. I think the other one's bunk. I think it's overrated. I won't deny, you said it best. I said it on my show earlier this week. They always end up winning. No matter how bad they're playing, they find a way to win. And maybe that'll do it. I love you. It's great to meet you, bro.
Yeah, you too,
My man. Thanks for stopping by. Dalton Schultz, ladies.
forget what your offense is, like the Baltimore Ravens did against the Kansas City Chiefs. Work off of Christian McCaffrey, but I do believe Brock Purdy is ready for the moment, at least play-calling-wise.
Kyle Shanahan, who called the plays as the offensive coordinator, had a 25-point lead. And his running back, Devontae Freeman, with that 25-point lead, touched the ball 4 times in the second half.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFC selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
The Super Bowl is set in Vegas. We get a rematch from just a few years ago.
The only consistency in the playoffs has been Travis Kelce.
Brock Purdy, back-to-back weeks throwing 1 touchdown pass, right? He can't win MVP with 1 touchdown pass.
I hate the Chiefs, but I bet on them.
This is going to be a game that is played inside a field goal now from a spread perspective.
All that matters is there's 1 game left, the big game.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
They have played terrible football, and yet they always win. Have you noticed? Everyone keeps talking about how bad the Niners suck as they win every week. They win every game, even games they should have. They're down 24-7, and they still won.
Now we have the first excuse when the Niners lose on Sunday night. They practiced on a bad field at UNLV. They didn't get the proper conditions.
Ferrall coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
Honestly, Carver High, that guy, Dalton Schultz, was really cool. And off mic and off camera, he was even cooler. He's a big boy. I've noticed, obviously all these guys that play this position are, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". It is absolutely crazy. And, I love it, the size of him. You know what I mean? Just a big boy, great hands. I've always thought he was pretty good with Dallas, and then he went to Houston, and I think he's a main target for them.
He absolutely is. He had a very good year, big part of that offense, as he was saying, with C.J. Stroud. I thought he was very good in Dallas the year before that. He caught a lot of touchdowns with Dak the year before over at Jerry's World. So, look, You look at what's happened. I mean, look at the tight ends in this game, Kelce and Kittle. Look at tight ends. You need a solid tight end nowadays to get yourself to the end. So I think he's going to be in demand, no doubt. Once he hits the market, now he can only talk to Texans. Once you get to March, he can start talking to some other teams.
I just saw, actually, very interesting. Your boy Puka Shells is here.
Oh, Puka Shells. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Puka Shell's in the mix. We love
and then
Puka
I just
Shells.
saw
Very good to us.
I saw our old friend Jeff Schwartz just walk by, and if we would have been on the other camera, his big fat head would have blocked our camera shot as he walked right in front. He pulled a Rick Neuheisel on us, walked right in the middle of our set with his big fat head.
Oh, I'm sorry. I left my coffee on the table. Let me just grab my coffee there while you're doing your show. Let me just grab my coffee off your counter for a moment.
Do you remember the guy? Do you remember the guy narked? Remember he narked on us?
Oh yeah.
What a wussy.
Sure did.
What a femme.
Sure did.
Can you imagine you're a grown man, you're like 60 years old, and you're still narking on the kids on the block? Those kids, get that ball out of my yard. That Ferrall and Carver High, I've had enough of them having fun. I haven't coached in years, but I'm not having it.